Happy people. I hope we are all doing good today. I just wanted to have a conversation, and I'm starting off the year strong. So I'm doing a lot of our videos uh, and like time frames of one after another, just to have them so I can meditate on some other things that God is having me share with next week and the week after. But I wanted to have a conversation with you guys about a culture that's divided. And I almost named it Blacks Against Blacks, or African Americans against African Americans, or whatever way you describe your nationality or culture to be. And so it's quite disturbing because of what I see now in today's society. It is just one of the most heart wrenching things because even in church, I'm seeing it even in churches where churches are now divided against each other. I have the right, organization. You're not in the right organization. You're going to hell. It's just a nation in our culture that's just so divided. J. Edgar Hoover did a video, did a interview several years, years and years ago. And in that video or documentary or interview, the person that was interviewing him asked him, "What is the greatest thing that you fear?" And he said, the greatest thing that he fears is blacks becoming united. I'm wearing black because it's like I got on black. So, I just said, well, Lord, okay, I'm going to talk about it. And so I wanted to address this and have a conversation with you because we as a culture has got to get rid of the crab crawler mentality. We got to get rid of, you know, um, me crawling over you or tearing you down to get to the top. In social media, you see people talking about each other. I mentioned this on some of my other videos. People, you know, uh, they didn't rest until Bill Cosby was persecuted. R. Kelly. What's that man's name? Sean Combs. All these different guys, that are black men. You know, and I'm not against women power or black power. I'm not against none of that. I'm against a culture helping tear down something that's already has been come against or that they're coming against. It's ridiculous. And it's sickening because, like, my 2 cents in the matter of what he did or what they've done doesn't weigh a factor. you know um Let the story be told between the victim and the perpetrator, and let the law have its place. Am I condoning it? No. Am I in agreement with it? Absolutely not. But it comes a point in time to where we need to learn how to keep our mouths off of other people's situations and problems. If you're not trying to build someone up, if you're not trying to edify somebody, why is it necessary for you to put your mouth on a situation? I know this video probably ain't gonna be like, but it's all right. Um, I want to just share with you. I had a fr- well, an associate. I'm not gonna say friend, but associate who I felt as looked up to me. I looked up to them. I thought that, she was a, very good person, a very nice person. And um, a couple of years ago, she had got me a job working for an individual. And the job that I had with that individual turned out to be a beautiful relationship between, me and them. And when he passed away, you know, um, me and his wife and the daughters, we still had a wonderful relationship. And I oftentimes sensed a sense of jealousy that the person that got me the job wasn't being recognized in the way she felt. Like she you could tell that she wanted to be the center of attention. And because they would, invite me over for Christmas or, do things for us for Christmas, it was a jealousy. And so when that assignment ended, she got another job working for another person, and that person needed someone to take them to Kansas. And it would just so happen that I was in a position where I could have took her to Kansas and made, a good decent amount of change on taking her to Kansas. And the now you would think that with this young lady that I wronged her or made a bad, representation of me as a person on her behalf, but it was nothing like that. Everything flowed good, but she would rather someone else get it than me to get it. And I just started thinking, like, really, is that what we are as a culture? We would rather have someone that to get something to take care of their family rather than the person that that could use it. I just don't get that. I don't get that. And so that was a situation. I seen those situations. I very rarely see though, and I'm just using something that happened years ago with me, but I very rarely see where we support one another. It just I don't understand it. You know, my good friend, I don't know her, but I'm gonna meet her. Tabitha Brown said in an interview that I was listening to, she said, people are for you when you're trying to get there, but as soon as you get there, they turn. I'm like, please pray that that's not a true statement. Um, but to address this, I said, acknowledge internal oppression. Recognize that much of the division within the community stems from internalized society pressured. Self awareness is the first step towards healing. So, I would like to suggest to you promoting collaboration, not competition. Promote collaboration, not competition. You seen Will slapping, Chris, like behind a joke, a joke that was just meant to be a joke. He really didn't mean no harm against it or whatever. It's really really sad. But promote collaboration instead of competition. Encourage a mindset of building each other rather than tearing each other down. Highlight the strengths found in collectivity progress rather than individual achievement. I'll say it again. Encourage a mindset of building each other rather than tearing us down. Highlight the strengths found in a collective progress rather than an individual achievement. I have a person on my team that is trying to open up a door for me to come to the city where she's at to do a team building. And I realized that she was probably the first person that has ever reached out to me and said, "Hey, I want to bring you into the company that I work for." Now, most people are so concerned about their reputation, not that I would do anything wrong to ruin that reputation. But they're so concerned about their reputation, they would rather keep something that could help someone out for the sake of them perhaps losing their reputation. But she's not like this. She wasn't like that. She said, I think what you do and what you could do would be like a beneficial to them. And my heart was just blessed by that because it's like she's not a person that's just talking about it, you know, and but she's a person that said, I'm gonna get behind you and support you. I think that's powerful. And likewise with her, there's some things that she is a when I tell you and you hear me mention it all the time, this person can dress her like she's bad in how she dressed. And I just always thought that That was one of her, her gifts that God has given her. And so I love having the opportunity to have her style things that I wear. You see them all the time on my thumbnails. Okay. And so yeah, you know, promote that, promote each other, celebrate diversity within cultures, emphasize that within the Black community, there is a room for multiple narrative ideas and expression, excuse me. Avoid forcing a singular identity instead of celebrating each other, each person, excuse me. Instead of celebrating each person uniquely, keep in mind that they contribute to the whole piece. Keep in mind that it's not just a unique person that contributes. When that person wins, we all are winning. You know, um, And when you get there to a place that you call purpose or success, why not reach back and help grab some, bring some other people forward? You become so rich or so wealthy that all you know is to keep it to yourself and not help somebody else pull their dreams. Yeah, I just don't get it. You know, I'm reminded I live here in Tulsa, and we have something that I just found out about several years ago when I first came to Tulsa. I never knew about the Black Street Wall Street. I know that's sad to say, but I didn't know about it. They didn't teach us that in our history books in Michigan, and so but they had businesses that supported Black-owned businesses. I think that that's phenomenal, and they were doing very, very well, wealthy. So much so, I mean, if you go back and look it up, you'll find out what happened. But I thought that that was just very powerful because you found a united front coming together and you've seen the success of what they were able to do amongst each other. Empower through education, foster educational environments that emphasize self knowledge, African heritage, and the richness of Black history, which can build pride and reduce internal conflict. Yeah, I think that says it all in itself. Encourage constructive criticism. This is where this gets tricky because most people don't like you to most people don't like constructive criticism, and I don't know why because I think it helps us grow. But I mean, shift away from crab in a barrel behavior, tearing down each other who rises, to a culture where constructive feedback uplifts and encourage growth. That's what we should be doing. That's what we should be doing. I'm not gonna mention no names. I'm not trying to, I don't like to get in, you know, trouble, in these debates with these people. But you have some people that building their numbers on gossiping about somebody else or trying to find out the scoop on somebody else. Why is that necessary? And how do you go to bed okay with that at night? I find that a person that does that or people that do that, there's something in your life that you are trying to not focus on. And it could be all sorts of trauma, but it is not healthy because we watch, our friend Wendy Williams, her do that as a living. And, and then, things happen like this because you gonna be judged by what you judge other people about. The Bible tells us judge not unless you're willing to be judged. So the same measure of things that you are doing to people, you better believe that it's gonna come back. Okay, it's gonna come back, and karma is very patient. It'll wait. It'll wait for the perfect time. That's why we should be sowing good seeds into the atmosphere. Okay. Address and heal generational trauma. Help individuals and families work through unresolved trauma that perpetuates cycles of hurt and distrust within the community. That's what I do. That's what I do. That's truly what Let's Talk Truth coaching does. That's what we do. I'm going to say it again. Address and heal generational trauma. Help individuals and families work through unresolved trauma that perpetuates cycles of hurt and distrust within the community. That's what we should be doing. That's what we should be fostering amongst each other. And it's going to take a mindset to switch our minds, but let this mind be in you, which is also in our Father, our brother Christ Jesus. Okay? Create a platform for positive representation. Amplify voices and success stories within the community that reflects unity, resilience, and positive collaboration to inspire future generations. That's what we should be doing, celebrating one another, not tolerating us because we'll celebrate you until you win, and then we want to tear you down once we find out something negative about you. No, we celebrate. We celebrate. Okay. I mean, we think about Bill Cosby. I'm using him for an example. I'm not picking on him, but I'm using him as an example. Like he brought us, Fat Albert, and he brought us the Cosby Show, and which was a model of how most Black people wanted to see their families. And then, we make him out to be this terrible monster. Now, I can't say if he did it or if he didn't do it. I know I'm not gonna put my mouth on it. All I know is that all I can do is celebrate what you have contributed to our culture. I'm not celebrating or even putting my mouth on something negative that I know nothing about. Just not gonna do it. Um, Hold a space for open dialogue. Encourage conversations that address difficult topics such as colorism, privilege within the community, and other forms of discrimination to promote understanding and reconciliation. That's what we should be doing. That's what we should be doing. Build economic solitaire. Promote economic empowerment and support Black owned businesses, creating and cycling, investments towards one another, within one another. Self-sufficient and uplifts. Excuse me, let me read that again. A self-sufficient that uplifts the entire community. Come on. A self-sufficient that uplifts the whole community. Model forgiveness and accountability. Teach and model forgiveness for past wrong while also holding individuals accountable for the actions that harm the community, fostering a balance between healing and growth. That's what we should be doing. Okay? Let's stop it. Let's really stop. I really want to see us win. And if that's what J. Edgar Hoover was most afraid of, is us uniting. My God, what would we be like if we finally joined together to see all of us win? We would be unstoppable. We are the most talented group of people. I'm not saying anything against our Caucasian friends or our Asian friends or our Mexican, nothing. I'm not saying anything against them, but most of them, at some point in time, most of them admire who we are. But we can learn something from them as well. They don't tear each other down, not in public, anyways. Okay. All right. All right. I'm out of time. We're going to do this in purpose. I hope we're going to take heed to this and do it on purpose. And let's do it with all power. Okay. Like, subscribe, and please share this with somebody. Share this with someone. Share this with someone. Share this with someone. Because we have to stop. We have to stop. Listen, and I've said before in other videos, we like our heroes dead. But why? Why not celebrate them? Why and give them the flowers while they're living? Okay, that I guess it's my burden, but it's my quest. It's gonna start. I'm not gonna be. I won't be a part of it. I just won't. Don't. And so, I have to work hard and diligent in making sure that I stay away from that. Why? Because I don't want it to be a part of who I am as a builder. And I don't want you to have it be a part of who you are. Okay. All right. I'm out of time. However, if you are somebody that are dealing with, trying to break free from, you know, um, the culture as you know it, to try to, learn how to have positive feedback, I want to invite you to Let's Talk Truth, our coaching services. You can find out more about it at www.imjlstone. Um, Click the pre-assessment button or the casting button, I believe it is, and those two will email our uh, our firm, and we will get with you and figure out how we can best support you. Okay. Um, we can come to you or you can come to us, and it's 3 days of extensive coaching. There's a way that you can get it for free. I've been talking about that for a minute. And so so you can see more videos like you've seen with the family of the Johnson family that's on my YouTube channel. I thank you guys for just watching and leaving your comments in with it. It's been a great help to help us learn how to grow, that constructive criticism. We appreciate it. We really, really do. Um, Again, if you would like to get some self help books, that book right here, The Power to Build a Man, is really designed for women, for us as men, and how to support us. I'm coming out with another book about women, for women, and it's going to be for men, for our women, and how to best support them. I know it took me 13 years to do it, but hey, I had to figure it out myself. I'm going to be straight honest with you. And so I'm not a person that likes to just talk out of my neck. So I had to figure it out myself, and I'm still learning. I don't want to promote that I got together, because I don't. I'm still learning and still fostering it and still nurturing it. But it will be out this year prayerfully. And so that'll be available for you men. The self help book is available. You can get those both on Amazon or on my website. The self help book is what we also use in our intensive coaching. It is nothing that we never get through the whole book. It's not even a big booklet either, but we never get through it. So at some point, we have these aha moments. So I want to invite you to get those in your arsenal. I think it would be good in your library, for growth, for with tools to grow with. And then if you are someone that sees my shirt, you see me on, I have those shirts on all the time. The fog wear shirt I have on with different colors, and then we have the I'm Fearfully Wonderfully Made shirts for the women. Or they both are unisex. You really both can. I specified them for women and men, but I mean, really, honestly, each one of you guys can wear them. There would be great things to remind you of who you are when you put it on, and it also reminds the person that's looking at your shirt who they are. I can't tell you how many of a conversational piece that I get when I'm in public. People looking at the shirt and they're like, "What's FOG?" And I said, "Favorite guy following you." And they're like, "Oh man, the favorite guy, man, I need me one of those." And I give them my card, and hey, I get it to them, and they support them. You could do the same, okay? All right. So just be a blessing and and they're very inexpensive. They don't shrink. Although I never really dried mine, but they don't shrink when my wife has mistakenly put it in the dryer. They don't shrink, and they don't fade either. So they're very very good quality and good uh, material shirts. So yeah, and hey, and we can get them in also too in our joggers too. And I'm going to show you. I have one on maybe next time, so you can see what the joggers look like as well. Okay. All right. I'm out of time, but we're gonna do it in purpose. We're gonna do it on purpose, and we're gonna do it with all power. Until next time, have a blessed one.